This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The Los Angeles Dodgers faced the San Francisco Giants at Candlestick Park for Game 1 of a tiebreaker for the National League pennant on October 1st, 1962. The Dodgers and Giants ended the regular season with a 101-61 record, tied for first place in the National League. The league decided to schedule a best-of-3 tiebreaker series to determine which team would advance to the World Series against the Yankees. The Dodgers were managed by Walt Alston in his 9th season with the franchise. He would send Sandy Koufax to the mound to meet the Giants' Billy Pierce, who had won 16 games for San Francisco in the regular season under manager Alvin Dark. This audio recording is from the NBC radio broadcast featuring announcers George Kell and Al Helfer.
Of our national anthem. We're just a few moments away from the first pitch of this playoff game between the San Francisco Giants and the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers. The fourth playoff in National League history and the fifth in the history of Major League Baseball, as there was only one in American League Baseball. That was back in 1948. Cleveland and Boston in that playoff game. But here, history is being made at San Francisco. Stumping out to the mound now is the little left-hander Billy Pierce. We'll set the San Francisco Ball Club for you defensively. Orlando Cepeda is at first base. At second base, Chuck Hiller. At shortstop, the very dependable Jose Pagan, who has certainly been the glue on the infield this year for the San Francisco Giants. At third base, a fine competitor, Jim Davenport. Out in left field is Harvey Keene. The center fielder, and need we say more, the say-hey kid himself, Willie Mays. In right field, despite the fact he has an ailing elbow, Philippe Alou. Behind the plate, a man who hit a home run here yesterday to help his ball club to a 2-1 victory over the Colt 45s, Ed Bailey, out of Strawberry Plains, Tennessee. On the mound from Detroit, Michigan, left-hander Billy Pierce. And the first man to step up to the plate here for the LA Dodgers will be their scat back on the infield, so to speak, shortstop Maury Wills, who has stolen 100 bases this year. I think earlier, if you were with us, and you heard Bob Wolf mention the fact that the Los Angeles Dodgers have plenty of speed, that has been their forte this year, particularly with the guys coming up to the plate right now. Their outfield has been a speedy outfield, where on the other side of the fence, the San Francisco Giants have relied a great deal on power hitting to get the runs across that they have needed this year. Once again, let us remind you that Billy Pierce, who is getting ready to make his first pitch here, has won 15 ball games this year in the National League and has lost 6. 1 win and 1 loss with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And he's making his third start against Los Angeles. He beat them on August the 11th in San Francisco here, 5-4. And he lost to the Dodgers on September the 4th, 5-4, ironically enough, in Los Angeles. He has worked briefly in relief against the Dodgers for a total of 3 innings, and he gave up 3 hits and fanned 3. It's his first start since he beat the Cardinals right here in this ball field on September the 26th. And now we're ready for the first pitch. Bailey signs for it. Pierce cuts it loose. Curveball in there for the strike. So everybody, this ball game is on the fire. Greg Malavy is coaching at first base for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Down at third, Leo DeRocher. Maury Wills, a right-hand hitter, leans over the plate, chokes up on the handle. The pitch to him is a fastball, and that's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Maury Wills. Ed Bailey, the catcher, calls for time and walks out in front of the plate. He wants to say something to his battery mate, Billy Pierce. They meet halfway between home plate and pitcher's mound. In case you hooked up with us late, it's the San Francisco Giants playing host to the Los Angeles Dodgers in the playoff games that will determine who will represent the National League against the New York Yankees in the World Series, which begins on Thursday and will be broadcast right over this NBC network. Now the pitch to the plate. Down it comes, a curveball in there for the strike. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Maury Wills. He'll be followed by second baseman Jim Gilliam, and then we'll have left fielder Tommy Davis. The outfield for Maury Wills is spanned slightly to left. The hole in the outfield is in right center. Pierce is ready, comes down with the next pitch, a changeup that's inside over the shoe tops. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is a symmetrical ballpark at Candlestick in San Francisco. 330 down the lines, 375 to the right field sector, 365 to the left field sector, 410 straightaway center field to the fences. Curveball in off the fist to Maury Wills. That jumps his count to 3-2. Maury Wills hitting at .299, has 6 home runs and 48 runs driven in. Stands just off the plate with his feet pretty much together, sort of bends at the knees. Fidgety with that bat, keeps pumping it back and forth. The 3-2 pitch to him. Fastball swung on the field, foul into the stands. Oh, the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Left-hander Billy Pierce began his professional baseball career back in 1945 with Buffalo of the International League. Got into 15 games that year. Had an earned run average of 5.42 for his first year. This year in this league, he is 3.71. The pitch is swung on. There's a looper at shortstop. McGowan has the reins and has the ball. Maury Wills pops up to his opposing shortstop for the first out here in the top half of the first inning. The batter coming up now, also a switch hitter, is Jim Gilliam. He'll be batting right-handed against Willie Pierce. Jim Gilliam this year, for the regular season, hit .276 with 4 home runs and 43 runs driven in. He's played at second base and at third base for Los Angeles. Feet wide, spread apart. Works up on the handle of the bat. Billy Pierce taking his sign off Med Bailey. Starts his pumping motion. Then rides the pitch. Soft curveball is high and outside. So the count on Gilliam is 1 ball and no strikes. Jim Davenport has shadowed up at third base. Gilliam is always a threat to drop the bunt and try to get on. Outfield playing straight away. Pierce's fastball is slugged foul off the first base side. There goes Cepeda over near the stands. He might have room for this. On the track, he makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down in the top half of the first inning. Now, this is the first playoff game of 1962. Here is the big gun for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Tommy Davis. He leads the league with a percentage of .347. He leads the league in hits, .227. He leads in RBIs with 150. He certainly has been the meal ticket for the Dodgers this year. Right-hand hitter standing just off the plate, feet pretty much together. Takes a look at a fastball, and it's in there for the strike. This guy, Pierce, can pull the string pretty well, as many of the fellows who played against him over in the American League can tell you. Pierce was with the Chicago White Sox for a long, long time. Fastball swung on a miss. Pierce had one right in off the fists. Tommy Davis was after it. We're in the top half of the first inning here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. The bases are empty. There are 2 outs. There is no score. Pierce out on the mound getting his sign from his battery mate Bailey. Delivers the plate. Fastball outside. That's about shoulder high. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Tommy Davis. Should he get on, he'll be followed by the great big guy, Frank Howard. Pierce is all set now. So is Tommy Davis. Pierce, after having asked for a new set of signs, delivers, and his pitch is outside. That's ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now out in center field, Willie Mays has moved a few steps over into left center. And they're giving Tommy Davis the alley in right center. 375 feet up the alley in right center. You've heard a lot about the San Francisco winds at Candlestick Park? Not today. Calm as can be. The pitch is swung on and fouled back into the screen. Count rides along on Tommy Davis at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pierce down to visit the rosin bag. Davis taking a gander around at Leo DeRocha coaching at third base. Greg Malevy is coaching at first. Walter Austin runs his ball club from the bench, as does Alvin Dart. Now the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Fastball swung on and popped up back for first base. Cepeda's going over, but Hiller cuts in behind him and calls for it and takes it. So that's all for Tommy Davis. A handle pop-up to second baseman Chuck Hiller for the 3rd out. Nothing across here in the top half of the 1st inning. And at the end of half an inning, it's the Dodgers nothing and the Giants now coming to bat. And now to the NBC newsroom and Ed Arno.
We interrupt the ball game for this bulletin from NBC News. An NAACP attorney in New Orleans has been quoted as saying a second Negro, a girl, is in the process of applying for entrance to the University of Mississippi. NBC News will interrupt the game for all important bulletins. Now back to Candlestick Park.
Now we move along into the last half of inning number 1 of a scoreless ball game, and the San Francisco Giants now will have their first whack at it. They'll be facing Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax has taken him out and will set the ball club defensively behind him. At first base will be Lee Walls. At second base, Jim Gilliam. The shortstop will be Maury Wills. And at third base is Andy Carey. Out in left field will be Tommy Davis. The center fielder is Willie Davis. And in right field, Big Frank Howard. Behind the plate, Johnny Roseboro. And on the mound will be Sandy Koufax, who began with the Brooklyn Dodgers back in 1955 as a bonus baby. And in 7 years in the Major League, Sandy Koufax has won 54 ball games and has lost 53. That was up until this year. And Sandy this year is 14-6. He's 2-0 with the Giants and has pitched 1 no-hitter. Harvey Keene coming up to the plate now to be the first batsman to face Sandy Koufax. Harvey Keene batting at 307, has 10 home runs and 67 runs driven in. Harvey Keene is a right-hand hitter, holds the bat way down to the knob and stands deep at the plate. Sandy Koufax is ready. Rocks back, kicks high and delivers. The fastball poured through at the waist for a strike. No ball, 1 strike count on Harvey Keene. Chuck Hiller to follow, and then we'll have Philippe Alou. The outfield for Harvey Keene pushed around to the right side. He's after the next pitch and on a check swing, taps the ball foul down the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Count now on Harvey Keene. Koufax gets a new ball to work with. The coaches operating here this afternoon for San Francisco, Whitey Lockman at third base. Wes Westrom is the coach at first. Koufax delivers 0-2. A soft curveball is swung on and popped out into right field. Coming on is Big Frank Howard. He should have it. He does have it, and there's the first out. 0-1 away here in the last half of the 1st inning, and that brings up Chuck Hiller. Hiller for the season, a left-hand hitter, batting at 275. He's hit but 3 home runs. He has produced 46 runs batted in. Hiller standing just off the plate, bends at the waist and the knees, works up on the handle of the bat. Up shallow at third base comes Andy Carey, playing on the rim of the infield grass. This fellow Hiller can drop the bunt. Big curveball is up over the peak of the cap. That's ball 1. The outfield for Hiller playing him just about straight away, and the deepest outfielder is Frank Howard in right. He's playing straight away in right field. The pitch to the plate, a soft curve in there for the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Koufax rocks back, serves it up 1-1. The fastball is swung on. There's a high pop-up back for third base. Andy Carey looking up in the sun, flips the glasses. Under it, as it drifts into foul ground, he makes the catch. And that's the second out here in the last half of the 1st inning. That brings up Philippe Alou. We haven't seen too much of Philippe Alou in the past few ball games simply because he's been suffering from what the doctors have diagnosed as a tennis elbow. One day it'll feel fine, and the next day it'll be giving him fits. But he's in the lineup today, a right-hand hitter with an overly closed stance, standing deep at the plate. Batting at .315. He takes the pitch low for ball one. Philippe Lou has hit 25 home runs this year, has 97 runs driven in for the ball club. Koufax serves up to him, an overhand curveball, and slammed foul right down the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here at Candlestick Park, the bullpens are on the opposite sides of the dugouts. The Dodgers bullpen is down back of right field, and the Giants bullpen down back of left field. Koufax delivers a curveball, and that's in there at the waist for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Giants occupy the dugout on the first base side, and the visiting ball club, in this case the Los Angeles Dodgers, on the third base side. Koufax works 1-2, the fastball ran down along the left field line. It's in there for 2 bases anyway. Here comes Alou into second base, and he's going to hold up there as the throw comes back in from the fielder Tommy Davis. So Philippe Alou has gotten the first base hit in the ball game. A line shot double into the corner in left field. Now Philippe Alou is in scoring position at second base. And Willie Mays is the batter coming up to the plate. Willie Mays ended the regular season in the 300 class. He's batting at .302. He leads the National League in home runs with 47 and has 137 runs driven in for his club this year. Right-hand hitter, widespread eagle stance. He's all over batter's box. Sandy Koufax, with his work cut out for him now, checks the runner over the shoulder, comes to the plate. Fastball is low. 1 ball, no strikes. The count on Willie Mays. Willie keeps moving that wagon tongue back and forth. He's about as nervous as anybody you ever saw. Now he's ready, so is Koufax. There's a check of the runner at second. The pitch, let up fastball, is high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 down, last half of the first inning. The Giants at bat. Matty Alou, having doubled, is on at second base, and there's no score in the ball game. Roseboro pops that mitt up as a target for Koufax. Now Sandy's ready. Comes set. Delivers fastball. This one's poked foul off the first base side. It'll go to the crowd out of play. Got a pretty good crowd here looking on at this one. This ballpark holds 42,500. And they're still coming in. Alou leading out at second base now with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Willie Mays, always a threat at that plate, has the count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Koufax is set. Kicks and throws. Fastball. Swung on. Hit deep to right field. There's a well-hit ball. And it is a home run for Willie Mays. Just pounded a home run over the right center field fence, scoring Philippe Alou ahead of him to put the Giants out in front 2-0. Hit number 2 runs 1 and 2 off Sandy Koufax, and the batter up at the plate now is Orlando Cepeda. Right-hand hitter leans back from a high inside fastball, ball 1. Cepeda batting at .307, 34 home runs, 112 runs driven in this year. Koufax works him. Pitch is outside. That's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. This in the last half of the first inning after 2 men were out. Time is called, and Jim Gilliam comes in from second base to talk to Sandy Koufax. In the last half of this first inning, Harvey Keene led it off with a fly ball to right field to Frank Howard. Second baseman Chuck Hiller fouled out to third baseman Andy Carey. And then Philippe Alou came along and hit a line shot past Andy Carey down along the left field line for a double. Willie Mays followed with a blast over the right center field fence for a home run. Cepeda looks. The curve is outside. So Koufax has gotten behind now. 3 balls and no strikes. Now the pitch. Fastball is fouled back over the screen. So Cepeda had the green light from Whitey Lockman at third base to go for it. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count now on Cepeda. Down rides the next pitch, and after it, Cepeda fouls this one back. His count now goes along to 3-2. Now the 3-2 delivery. Cepeda looks and hits one down to the right side. Picking it up is Lee Wall, steps on first base, and that's all there is to the last half of the first inning. Ground out, the first baseman unassisted. 2 big runs, however, for the Giants on 2 base blows, a double followed by Willie Mays' home run. There were no errors, and there was no one left on. The score at the end of 1 full inning of play now, it is San Francisco 2, Los Angeles nothing. Now let's take a look at the second inning here of this ball game, being played under bright, brilliant sunlight, about 75-degree temperature, very typical fall day in San Francisco. Billy Pierce to the mound to pitch to Frank Howard. Big right-hand hitter, batting at 301. Takes a hitch in his swing and takes a pitch inside off the knees for ball 1. Howard has hit 31 home runs for the Dodgers this year and has driven in 117 runs. Pierce comes to him. The curveball is slammed back foul to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. 6'7", 250 pounds. This guy from Columbus, Ohio. Star athlete at Ohio State. And has carried that talent over into the Dodger camp as one of their outfielders. The 1-1 pitch by Billy Pierce. Big soft curve, and that floats in there low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Billy Pierce threw everything down there at the time but his glove. Gave the big fella all the motion he had and very little speed. Needless to say, the outfield for Frank Howard has fanned around the left and playing plenty deep. Pierce fastball, swung on a miss. Boy, Howard cranked up on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top half of the second inning of this ball game with the Giants leading it 2-0 by virtue of a double followed by Willie Mays' home run with 2 outs in the last half of inning number 1. Pierce delivers 2-2 and a fastball swung on a miss, strike 3. Well, in the ball game, that will be the first strikeout for Mr. Pierce. That will be his 71st this year. He came into this ball game with a total of 70. Lee Wall's coming up to bat now. Walls hasn't been used a great deal by the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's been their utility first baseman and will play in the outfield for them. Right-handed batter, batting at 269. Checks up on the first pitch and takes it inside for ball 1. Wall's a right-hand hitter, stands about 3/4 deep with his feet pretty much together and holds the bat way down with the knob. Played 57 ball games this year for Los Angeles. Pierce fastball is ripped back over the screen foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on in the top half of the second inning. Walls will be followed by catcher Roseboro, Johnny Roseboro. Pierce, a big even size. He takes his sign from Bailey. Now works the plate. Big soft curveball is swung on and popped up over the infield. At shortstop, Pagan waiting for it to come down. It settles in his glove for the second out. 2 down in the top half of the second inning. Johnny Roseboro will be the batter now. Left-handed hitting catcher. Roseboro batting at 255 with 7 home runs and 55 runs driven in. Two down, the base is empty, top of the second. The Giants leading in the ball game, 2-0. Roseboro standing deep at the plate. Feet wide, spread apart, sort of bends at the waist. Pierce comes to him with a fastball, and this is swung on and popped foul off the third base side, but that'll go into the dugout. Out of play. No balls, one strike. The count on Johnny Roseboro. Pierce is all set now on the 0-1 delivery. Now he shakes off Bailey. Now he accepts the sign. Here's the 0-1 pitch. On a check swing, the ball hits the bat and rolls away in foul ground, so that'll be strike two on Roseboro. He was actually trying to duck a high inside curveball. No balls, two strikes. The NBC microphones bringing you all the action from Candlestick Park here this afternoon in sunny San Francisco. Now the 0-2 pitch. There's the curve in there for the strike. Roseboro called out on strikes to retire the side. That's second strikeout now for Billy Pierce. And the Dodgers go quietly here in the second inning with nothing across. The score at the end of 1.5 innings of play now. It is the Giants 2 and the Dodgers have nothing. We pause now for station identification.
This is WGY Schenectady.
Now the last half of inning number 2, and the first man up for the San Francisco Giants will be their third baseman, Jim Davenport. He'll be followed by catcher Ed Bailey, who was one of the heroes of the ball game played here yesterday, as he hit a home run of Houston's flamethrower, Turk Farrell. Then following Bailey, we'll have the shortstop, Jose Pagan, who is hitting in the number 8 position for Alvin Dark's company. Jim Davenport, a .294 hitter, quite a competitor. The fine third baseman of the Giants has moved in. Standing deep at the plate with a straightaway stance. Holds that bat way down to the knob. Davenport has 13 home runs this year and 55 runs driven in. Koufax comes to him with a pitch on the inside, and that's ball one. Andy Carey playing just a step off third base and close to the bag. The outfield fan to the left and deep. Koufax fastball is hit down to the left side foul. Right past Andy Carey and right past Coach Whitey Lockman. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Davenport. Koufax finds himself 2 runs behind. He allowed a double to Alou and a home run to Mays in the first inning. The pitch is swung on. There's a high foul ball. This one will drift out of play behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Jim Davenport. In case you tuned in with us late, defensively, the Dodgers have Lee Walls at first base, Jim Gilliam at second, Maury Wills at short, and Andy Carey at third. We'll get the outfield in a moment. The pitch to the plate, a soft curve is high. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jim Davenport is the batter up there. Out in left field, we have Tommy Davis, Willie Davis in center, and in right field, Frank Howard. Koufax delivers. His pitch is way high. Almost gets away from Roseboro. Full count now to Jim Davenport. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ed Bailey in the on-deck circle will go next. Davenport leaning over from the waist. Koufax works 3-2. The pitch is swung on. There's a high fly ball hit the deep left field. There goes Davis back up against the fence. He can't get it. He's over the fence for a home run. Blast by Jim Davenport, the third hit on the third run off Sandy Koufax, was the signal for the Los Angeles bullpen to go into action. And I'll give you just one guess as to who is up and throwing. Eddie Roebuck. Old rubber arm down there in the bullpen for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Up at bat now for the San Francisco Giants, Ed Bailey, hitting at .223. He has 17 home runs this year. The pitch to him is inside for ball one. Bailey has driven in 44 runs for the ball club. He has split the catching duties here at San Francisco this year with young Tom Haller. Haller on the bench. He's a left-hand hitter, and, of course, Bailey catching with left-hander Koufax going. Ed Bailey waggles the wood. Leans over from the waist very sharply. Koufax works. Fastball. That's low. 2 balls, no strikes. As in yesterday's affairs, and it's repeating here this afternoon, the great leveler weapon, the home run, has been very much in evidence. Koufax works 2-0. Bailey takes. The pitch is up to knees for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. The right side of the Dodger infield deep, and at first base, Walls is about a step and a half off the line, playing deep. Gilliam plugging up the hole between first and second, back on the rim of the outfield grass. Frank Howard in right field, playing very deep for Bailey. Koufax works 2-1. Let up pitch is swung on and hit into right center field for base hit. Right past Jim Gilliam. Oh, Bailey is on with a single. Hit into right center. That will be hit number 4 given up by Koufax. Time is called now by Roseboro as he goes to the mound along with Andy Carey to have a talk with Sandy Koufax. Down in the bullpen, Eddie Roebuck is still cranking up. Now the conference is broken up, and Koufax is ready to go to the next batsman, the number 8 hitter in the order. Making his first appearance, shortstop, Jose Pagan. On the year, Pagan had 7 home runs and 55 runs batted in for the Giants. Time is called. Here comes Leo DeRocher. He's going to talk to Koufax. This might be all for Sandy. Eddie Roebuck has been given just about enough time to get ready. Jose Pagan, a .253 hitter and a right-hand hitter, is the man up at the plate. And it looks as though Koufax is going to come out of there after having pitched 1 inning and pitched to 2 men here in the second. So Koufax is coming out of there. He's pitched 1 inning plus going to 2 men, Davenport and Bailey. Davenport hitting for a home run. And Bailey touched him for a line shot single past Gilliam into right center field. So Koufax is coming out. Eddie Roebuck is coming on. Here's the fellow who battled a sore arm and went all the way down to the low minors and fought his way back to the major leagues. Eddie Roebuck trudging across the diamond right now to take up the pitching chores. Call out of Pennsylvania, Eddie Roebuck. We'll check up on Roebuck's record for you. Roebuck has pitched 111 in the 3rd innings. There's a round of applause for Koufax as he leaves the field. And while Koufax leaves the field, we'll pause for a moment for this message from our sponsor.
Let's get together with a glass of Schlitz. That great light beer from Schlitz.
That made Milwaukee famous simply because it tastes so good.
Real gusto in a great light beer.
The Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee and other cities.
Eddie Roebuck, a 6'2", 180-pound right-hander out of East Millsboro, Pennsylvania, who now lives in Lakewood, California, has taken over the mound for Walter Alston's Los Angeles Dodgers. Sandy Koufax started this ball game and has been responsible for all of the runs so far and, of course, all of the base hits. He's given up 2 home runs and a double and a single. He gave up a 2-run home run to Willie Mays in the 1st inning with a man aboard and 2 outs.
Davenport touched him for a home run, leading off the second. Bailey singled into right center field, a line shot, and now Pagan is up there to face Eddie Roebuck. He turns and throws to first base just to keep Bailey close. Roebuck this year, used in relief only, has won 10 ball games and has lost 1. He's done a magnificent job for the Dodgers. His record with the San Francisco Giants, 1 win and no defeats. He comes set now, and then whirls and throws to first base just to keep Bailey close again. They are expecting Jose Pagan perhaps to bunt. Andy Carey at third base comes crawling in as Eddie Roebuck comes set. Down comes that pitch, and there is the bunt. Pushed down the third base line. Carey's going to hurry. He's up with the ball, throws in time for the put out at first base. The sacrifice works beautifully, and Andy Carey made a fine play of it. It was one of those do-or-you-don't plays. Carey had to get that in his bare hand or miss his shot, and he got it and made the play. So it's a 5-3 put out if you're scoring it with us on the sacrifice. Bailey has moved down to second base in scoring position, and the batter is Billy Pierce, who is a pretty good hitting pitcher. He's driven in 5 runs for the ball club this year, and on 53 occasions at the plate, he's walked away with 12 base hits for a percentage of .226. Left-handed batter. Roebuck sidearms him, and the pitch is inside for ball 1. Roebuck will come a lot three-quarter overhand, some sidearm. He'll throw a slider pretty well, and his the natural tendency to all of Roebuck's pitches, they sink. Eddie checks back over the right shoulder to get a look at the runner at second base. That's Ed Bailey. Now he stretches and comes set. Delivers a sidearmer that's swung on, hit down to the right side. Gilliam charges, digs it out of the dirt, throws the runner out at first base as Ed Bailey goes over to third. Oh, Billy Pierce is out from second to first. Coming up now is Harvey Keene. 2 down, a runner at third base. First and second open. Harvey Keene, who flied to right field back in the first inning, coming up for his second whack at it this afternoon. The right-hand hitter. Score stands right now 3-0 in favor of San Francisco. 3 runs on 4 hits. The LA Dodgers have yet to get a base hit off Billy Pierce. Roebuck takes his sign off from Roseboro. Bailey leads down at third base. Here comes that sidearm pitch. The crossfire's in there for the strike. No balls and 1 strike. The outfield for Keene, playing him as a punch hitter to right field. They're giving him a lot of alley in left center. Gilliam has pulled over a step or 2 towards second and playing deep behind the bag. Roebuck's pitch, sidearmer, swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Roseboro bluffed the throw down to third, and Bailey went scampering back. Roebuck asks Roseboro for the sign again and gets it. Then steps away from the hill. Now he's set and ready to go. Ed Bailey taking his lead at third base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Taken over but low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chuck O'Connor walked out in front of the plate and kicked a cloud of dirt away. And he decides to walk out in front of the plate, get that ball from Roebuck and take a look at it. He takes it, looks at it, throws it right back out to the mound, Eddie Roebuck. Harvey Keene is the batter here in the last half of the second inning. There are 2 outs. Eddie Bailey is at third base. Davenport led the inning off with a home run hit over the left field fence. Bailey followed with a line shot into right center for a single. Moved around to third on a sacrifice and a Billy Pierce ground out. Now Roebuck is ready. The 1-2 delivery. Sidearmer swung on and missed. For strike 3. And that retires the side here in the last half of inning number 2. Roebuck picking up the strikeout. First strikeout begotten by Dodger pitching. And here in the last half of the second inning, 1 run, there were 2 base hits. There were no errors. 1 man was left on. And the score at the end of 2 full innings of play now. It's the Giants 3 and the Los Angeles Dodgers have nothing. Out on the mound, Willie Pierce has cranked up and he's just about ready to go. In case you tuned in with us late, we'll set the Giants for you again defensively. case you're keeping score and you want to put your men in positions. At first base is Orlando Cepeda. The second baseman is Chuck Hiller. At shortstop, Jose Pagan. At third base, Jim Davenport. Out in left field is Harvey Keene. The center fielder, Willie Mays. And in right field, Billy Ballou. Working the plate, the catcher, Ed Bailey. And out on the mound is Billy Pierce. Pierce record of 15-6. 1-1 with the Dodgers this year. He delivers the plate, and Carey swings on the pitch and hits it back foul. No balls, one strike. Andy Carey this year had but 2 home runs for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Had 12 runs driven in. Right-hand hitter, bats from a very severe crotch. Swings on the pitch and pops this one back foul. Comes up to the second tier out of play. I wouldn't want to hazard a guess as to how many people are here this afternoon, but it's got to be in the neighborhood of 39 to 40,000. This park holds 42.5. Billy Pierce now ready to pitch to Andy Carey. Here's the 0-2 delivery. An overhand fastball, and that's popped outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The outfield for Carey has fanned around to the left and are not playing him too deep. However, Harvey Keene in left field, playing straight away in left, is the deepest outfielder. Fastball swung on, hit up the middle into center field for the base hit. Oh, Andy Carey is on. This is the first base hit off Billy Pierce. He had retired 6 men in order and has now been touched for a single. Willie Davis coming up to the plate. He's a left-handed batter. Fleet-footed center fielder of the Dodgers, hitting at .289 on the regular season with 21 home runs and 85 runs batted in. If there is a hole in the outfield, it will be in left center. However, during the course of this year, I have seen this fellow drop that ball into left center field. Perhaps the last time when he was sort of tommyhawking at it, maybe that's what he was trying to do. Top half of the third inning here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, the first of the playoff games, and it will go the best out of 3. Right now, the Giants are out in front 3-0. The pitch is swung on. There's a ball drilled into left field. Harvey Keene back for it and grabs it. He almost misjudged that when he started to come in. Had to hurriedly retreat and reach up and snare it. Told you that this guy Davis would hit to the opposite field, and he just now did it. Andy Carey holding on at first base. Roebuck is coming up now. Teddy Roebuck. Roebuck is a batsman this year, and he's a pretty good hitting pitcher. Going along at 240. He's had 3 runs driven in, has hit no home runs. Right-handed batter. Holds that bat way down to the end. Pierce delivers to him, and Roebuck after it hits a high fly ball. This one is curving foul now and goes way up into the second tier off the left field side. When Eddie gets the good wood on that ball, he can spike it for you pretty well. Andy Carey is still the runner at first base. And incidentally, the first base runner the Dodgers have had all afternoon. They're trailing in the ball game 3-0. The home run has been the big weapon for the Giants again this afternoon. Pitch, curveball, slam back up the middle. Charging his Pagan. He's up with the ball. Shovels over to second for 1 out. Throw to first, not in time. Nice play by Jose Pagan. He had to reverse himself to shovel to Hiller for the force out on Andy Carey coming in. He made that play. And Carey went barreling into second base to Hiller, and he couldn't get the play off to Cepeda fast enough. So Roebuck is on at first base on the force out of Carey at second from the shortstop, the second baseman covering. Roebuck at first now, and Maury Wills coming up to the plate. Maury is the leadoff man for the Dodgers and starting their second batting go-round. In the first inning, he popped up and out on a soft one to shortstop Pagan. Maury, a switch hitter, batting right-handed, of course, against Billy Pierce. Moves forward at the plate and chokes up on the handle. Takes the pitch under the knees, and that's ball 1. 3 runs on 4 hits for the San Francisco Giants in his first of the playoff games. No runs but 1 hit for the Los Angeles Dodgers. They've had quite a tough time of it in scoring runs. Pitch, swung on, slam foul at the third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Maury Wills. Prior to this ball game, the Los Angeles Dodgers had gone 21 innings without picking up a score. And they lost their last 3 ball games to the St. Louis Cardinals. And what a ball game it was yesterday, and what a win for Curt Simmons, the veteran left-hander. And what a home run was hit by Gene Oliver to run the National League into a tie. The pitch to the plate, Will swings on it, loops it out into right field. Off to his right and under it is Philly Falou. He should have it. He does have it. And up retires the side. So in the third inning, a threat by Los Angeles, but that's it. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 man was left on. The score at the end of 2.5 innings of play, it is the San Francisco Giants 3 and the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers nothing. And we'll move along now into the last half of inning number 3. We will have as the batsman for the San Francisco Giants, second baseman Hiller. He'll be coming up for his second at-bat of the day. However, this time he will be facing Eddie Roebuck, who relieved starting pitcher Sandy Koufax in the second inning. Guess you tuned in with us late. Let us give you the scoring here in the ball game. 2 runs were picked up by the San Francisco Giants in the first inning, and it happened this way. And Harvey Keene led off and applied to right field for the first out, and Hiller then fouled out to Andy Carey. Philly Falou, the right fielder of the Giants, smashed a hot shot past Andy Carey down into the left field corner for a double. Willie Mays came to the plate then and cracked one over the right center field wall, a good shot of about 400 feet from home plate to drive in the pair. And the Giants then led over Sandy Koufax and the Dodgers 2-0. Cepeda then rolled out to first baseman Lee Walls to retire the side. In the second inning, it was all for Koufax. Roebuck came out of the bullpen, and despite the fact that Pagan then sacrificed Bailey to second, and Pierce moved him on over to third on a ground out, still the inning was ended when Keene struck out. So it's 3-0, and the Giants lead it. They're up at bat right now, and here's Hiller. Bluffs the bunt on the first pitch and takes it in there for the strike. Hiller 0 for 1, having fouled out to Andy Carey first inning. He's a choke hitter. Not a very big guy. He leans over the plate. Holds that bat high behind his left ear. Eddie Roebuck, a side-wheeling right-hander, on a relief here for the Los Angeles Dodgers, has been used always in relief this year, and he has won 10 and lost 1. He's 1-0 with San Francisco. He delivers. There's a side armor drilled out to center field. Going back for it is Davis, and makes the catch. Easy chance for him, and Willie hauled it in. So 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning, and that'll bring on Philly Falou, who started all of Roebuck's trouble back in the first inning when he hit that line shot double to left field. He started off today batting at .315. Of course, that double will help that batting percentage considerably. Philip digging in. He has an overly closed stance with his left foot forward to the plate. First pitch is in there, taken for the strike. Roebuck is pretty adept at cross-firing the plate. He throws a pretty good slider. He'll pick up the outside corner knee-high on you many times. Roebuck ready to crank up again. Veteran right-hander rears back and pours the pitch in there, and it's swung on and hit down to third on a big hop. Carey has it. Makes his play to first base low, but Walls digs it out. And that's all for Philly Falou. 2 down in the last half of the third inning, and a batter coming up now is Willie Mays. The San Francisco sports pages certainly did sing the praises of this guy in the morning editions. I guess he could have bought this town last night for 20 cents. He was the big hero. Sidearm pitches behind Willie Mays. He didn't know which way to jump. Finally got away from it. I guess the most surprised party was Willie. He was jumping around there like a flamingo dancer. That'll be ball 1 to him. Ball thrown behind his back. As long as Roebuck's that wild, they won't be digging in too much on him. Sidearm pitch way inside again, right off the hips. Well, he had to jump back from that one to take ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, last half of the third inning. There are no base runners, and the Giants are leading in it 3-0. These two teams met in the '59 playoff, if you recall. Pitch is into the dirt. Out the ball 3. Jocko Conlon whipping the ball out to pitcher's mound. Missed getting it out there altogether. Now for the 3-0 delivery on Willie Mays. Roebuck delivers it. Pitch is swung on. Doesn't get it. So the count now on Willie is 3-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers went into the World Series in '59 after having knocked off the San Francisco Giants. Pitch is hit into left field. Single for Willie Mays. Drove that one right through the hole at shortstop. That'll be hit number 1 off Roebuck, and it'll be the 5th hit up on the boards this afternoon for San Francisco. So as we find out what happens to Cepeda, we may have time for identification to see how the events turn out. Turn and throw to first base is not in time. Mays is back. Cepeda came up in the first inning and retired to side by bouncing down to first baseman Lee Walls. Unassisted put out for the 3rd out. Roebuck cranks up, delivers. The pitch is swung on. There's a line shot on one off to Wills at short. He plays it to Gilliam for the force out on Willie Mays coming down. So that retires the side here on a 6-4 count in the last half of inning number 3. No runs, 1 hit. There was a man left off. And there were no errors. Score at the end of 3, the Giants 3, the Dodgers have nothing. And now for a bulletin to the NBC Newsroom and Ed Arnold.
Here is a bulletin from NBC News. A Justice Department statement just issued, says the state troopers were withdrawn last night from the campus of the University of Mississippi in contradiction to the assurances given by Governor Ross Barnett. The department statement says 150 state troopers had been seen sitting inside their cars a half mile from the campus during the riots. Meanwhile, at the state capitol in Jackson, Barnett, in a statewide radio and TV address, has urged Mississippians to maintain law and order, even though, in his words, our state has been invaded by federal forces. NBC News will interrupt the game for all important bulletins. Now back to Candlestick Park.
And coming up to the plate for the L.A. Dodgers, Jim Gilliam, switch hitter, up for his second at-bat. He came up in the first inning and fouled up and away and out to first baseman Cepeda. Billy Pierce on the mound makes the first pitch. There's a fastball in there for the strike. Billy Pierce has been very effective here this afternoon. A pair of strikeouts so far. He delivers again. The curve is just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pierce has given up just 1 base hit to Los Angeles. That base hit came in the 3rd inning, carried the leadoff man, singled up the middle. That was the extent of the hitting. Pierce works again, his curveball, and slammed down to shortstop. Off to his right and up with his Pagan. Makes his play to first base in time. Well, Gilliam is out of there. 1 up, 1 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. That'll bring on Tommy Davis. Davis in the first inning hit one off the handle of the bat and popped it up to second baseman Hiller back in very short right field. 347 hitter at game time. National League batting champion for 1962. Had 227 hits to lead the league in that department and led the league in RBIs with 150. Right-hand batter. Pierce offers him a curveball and it's slammed out into left field. Harvey Keene flips the glasses. The left fielder should have it. It's an easy chance. He does have it. That's the second out. 2 down. That's the 4th man to be retired since Andy Carey singled in the 3rd. Frank Howard led off the 2nd inning by striking out, giving Billy Pierce his first strikeout of the afternoon. Pierce is ready to work to this big guy. Little fellow on the mound. Delivers. Big curveball. That's high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Top half of the 4th inning. NBC very happy to be on the scene here at Candlestick, bringing you the action from Candlestick Park and San Francisco. Here's his fastball. It's hit down off the foot of Howard Powell. Kicks out onto the diamond. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Frank Howard. Should Howard get on, first baseman Lee Walls will follow. Pierce gets his sign now from Ed Bailey. Starts the 1-1 delivery, kicks and throws. The pitch is swung on. There's a tremendously high pop-up over the infield. Pagan, the shortstop, says he'll take it, and he does take it. Well, that's all for the Dodgers here in the top half of the 4th inning. They go down in 1-2-3 order with nothing across. Well, the score now at the end of 3.5 innings of play at Candlestick Park. It's the Giants in their own ball yard, 3, and the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers, nothing. With the orchestra sounding off down back of left field and the folks here at Candlestick getting into a festive mood, we move into the last half of the 4th inning. And it will be Jim Davenport to lead things off as he did in the 2nd. But this time he'll be facing Eddie Roebuck and not Sandy Koufax. Davenport's only time at bat came in the 2nd inning when he led off with a home run poked over the left field screen. He'll be followed by Ed Bailey, the catcher, and then we'll have the shortstop Pagan batting in the number 8 position. Jim Davenport moving up to the plate now. Soft-spoken Alabaman who now makes his home here in California. During the course of the year, we've had plenty of opportunity to talk to this guy, and he's quite a competitor. Jimmy Davenport moving in. At game time, he was batting at 294. He's hit his 14th home run of the year now with the one he hit in this ball game, running that tally up to 14. Sidearm pitch from Roebuck. The sweeper is outside. That's ball 1. Outfield is spanned to the left for Jimmy. They're playing him deep. Absolutely no wind at all here this afternoon. Pitch swung on. There's a trickler off to the left of the plate foul. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Jim Davenport. Ordinarily, when you visit Candlestick Park, you can expect the wind to be blowing off the bay and coming right at you. But the weatherman has been most kind this afternoon and giving us summer atmosphere all the way. The temperature's got to be in the high 70s, perhaps in the 80s. There's a sidearm fastball that's low outside, and Davenport's count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. I've asked several of the native folks around here. Pitch swung on. There's a foul ball hit off the third base side. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. I asked if this were the type of weather that we could expect in San Francisco this time of year. And our producer, Hal Ashby, said, "Oh, no." I said, "We're having summer here, fella. Where you been?" Well, whatever it is, it's a beautiful day in San Francisco. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Sidearmer swung on and poked foul off the first base side. That'll go to the crowd, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jim Davenport. Things have settled down considerably since the hectic moments of the first couple of innings. We're in the bottom of the 4th here at San Francisco with the Giants leading it 3-0 on 5 base hits. 2 of which have been home runs. 1 a 2-run home run hit by Willie Mays, his 48th for the year. And Davenport hit 1 in the 2nd. The base is empty. Right now, Jim swings and fouls 1 down the third base side. So his count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ed Bailey hanging around to be the next hitter. Certainly was a catcher's day yesterday, too, in that home run hitting department. The drama that was played out in two parts and in two acts, 450 miles apart. Ed Bailey hitting a home run here, Oliver hitting one down at Dodger Town. Pitch inside, look out, Jim. Right under the chin. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Eddie Roebuck, the Dodger pitcher, seems to be sighting down the barrel before he cuts it loose. Roebuck takes his sign from Roseboro. Starts the 3-2 motion. Delivers. Pitch is swung on. Filled at center field. Backboard goes Willie Davis. Under it, makes the catch. So that's all for Davenport. Hits it to straightaway center. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that will bring on Ed Bailey. Ed Bailey singled on a line shot past Gilliam into right center field when he came up in the 2nd inning, so he's 1 for 1 this afternoon. At game time, he was a .223 hitter with 17 home runs, 44 runs driven in. Left-handed batter. Leans over the plate. Pitch to him is a soft curve. It stays high and outside. This is the same Ed Bailey who was quite a shining light for the Cincinnati Reds a couple of years back. Rides the next pitch, and Bailey takes a look at it, and that costs him. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Roebuck rocks back, twists and throws. There's that sidearm. Swung on. There's a long drive deep to right field. That could be. There's Howard back by the fence. He's reaching up and taking it. That guy actually reached up above the fence. Or at least it seemed so from our NBC booth here. So he reached up above the fence to take that one. But Bailey is out. Frank Howard had him played just right. Well, there are 2 outs here in the last half of the 4th inning, and that will bring on shortstop Pagan. He's not a very big guy, this fellow Pagan. But he covers that short field. Eddie Roebuck ready to pitch to him. Fires in there right off the point of the chin, ball 1. Pagan sacrificed successfully in the 2nd inning and moved Ed Bailey down to second base. So he hasn't been up officially yet. Swings on a fastball and doesn't get it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pagan, 5 feet 9, weighs about 165 pounds. He comes from Puerto Rico. Barcelona to Puerto Rico. Sidearm pitch to him is swung on. Field back foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jose. He stands rather deep at the plate and away from it. He'll step into the pitches as they're made. Hitting in the number 8 spot for the Giants this year. He's managed to come up with a .253 batting average. 55 runs driven in, and has hit 7 home runs. Last half of the 4th inning, there are 2 outs, nobody on. And the Giants are leading it 3-0 on 5 base hits. The Dodgers have picked up just 1 base hit. That was Andy Carey's single up the middle back in the 3rd inning. The runner didn't get any farther than first base. Sidearm pitch, called strike 3. Well, that's all for Pagan. He's called out on strikes here. That retires the side in the last half of inning number 4, and Roebuck picks up his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon. So at the end of 4 full innings of play, the score is the Giants 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Now a message from our sponsor.
Real gusto in a great fight.
The beer that made Milwaukee famous simply because it tastes so good. The Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee and other cities.
Al Helfer back here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco for NBC. We have had 4 innings of play here at Candlestick in this first game of the playoff series. And the totals for 4 innings of play, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for San Francisco. The Giants have left 2 men on. And for the Los Angeles Dodgers, no runs but 1 hit off a tough left-hander named Billy Pierce. And that was a single. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They have stranded 1 man. Lee Walls is the batsman up at the plate right now to start the 5th. He's 0 for 1. Off the short, his first time out. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. Lee Walls was hitting .269 at game time. Bespectacled right-hand hitter. Pierce comes in with a curveball and runs it right down the pipe. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got some activity going down in the bullpen now for Los Angeles. We'll check up on that man for you in a moment. Pierce delivers. The pitch is swung on by Walls. There's a high fly ball hit into a relatively short right field. Cepeda is back, and Alou comes on and makes the pitch. So that's all for Walls. Philippe Alou making the catch here in the top half of the 5th inning. Down in the bullpen, right-hander Larry Sherry is up and starting to throw for Los Angeles. Larry Sherry. Johnny Roseboro, the batter. He was called out on strikes in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. Billy Pierce cranks up. The little left-hander delivers, and the pitch is swung on there as a drive to right field. And Lou backs up near the fence. Should have it. Does have it. There's the second out. 2 up, 2 down in the top half of inning number 5. Now coming up to the plate is the guy who possesses the only base hit the Los Angeles Dodgers now own. That's Andy Carey. And he singled up the middle in the 3rd inning. Willie Davis followed him with a line shot out to the left fielder, Harvey Keene. And then Eddie Roebuck, making his first appearance as a batsman, forced Andy Carey out at second base from short to second. The inning was ended when Wills flied to right field. Billy Pierce ready. Delivers to Carey, a right-hand hitter. The pitch is swung on. Strike 1. Andy spraddles out in batter's box. 4.5 all the way across it. Down comes the pitch. Inside off the shoe tops. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Andy Carey. Larry Sherry still throwing down in the LA bullpen. Tall, slender right-hander. Pierce is ready. Cranks up. Delivers 1-1. His fastball swung on. Missed. Strike 2. Pierce asks for the sign again and gets it from Bailey. Now he's ready to go. In comes the pitch. Just outside. 25 scoreless innings so far for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they haven't scored yet in this one. They're 2 down, nobody on. So if they did not score in this one, it will be 26 straight scoreless innings. They're having a rough way of it to go. Overhand fastball, swung on him, strike 3. 26 scoreless innings. Billy Pierce brings up his 3rd strikeout. So in the top half of the 5th inning, nothing across for LA. And the score at the end of 4.5 innings of play remains the Giants 3 and the Dodgers have nothing. We'll move along now into the last half of inning number 5. And the first batter up for San Francisco will be their pitcher, Billy Pierce. Eddie Roebuck going back out to the mound now for Los Angeles. In case you hooked up with us late, Sandy Koufax started this ball game and got through the first inning, giving up 2 hits, a double to Philippe Alou and Willie Mays' home run, which put him behind 2-0. And then in the 2nd inning, he was tagged immediately by the first batter up, Davenport, for a home run to make the score 3-0. He pitched to the next man, Bailey, and Bailey hit a rifle shot into right center for a single, and that was all for Sandy. Eddie Roebuck came on to put out the fire, and he's been on there ever since. Roebuck, by the way, has given up just one of the 5 hits that the San Francisco Giants have picked up to this moment. Adam C. out on the mound now, cranking up, getting ready to face the Giants in the last half of this 5th inning. Please remember that tomorrow's ball game will come to you from Dodger Stadium down in Los Angeles. We'll be with you at the same time as we were this afternoon. And the World Series will be heard over many of these same stations starting on Thursday. And it will open in the National League Park, so it means that it will open either here at San Francisco or down at Los Angeles. Of course, it all depends on how this playoff series comes out. You know, it's the best out of 3. They've got to win 2 out of the 3 to be crowned the champions of the National League. So it'll be a bitter battle for the next 48 hours, at least, to see who's going to represent the National League against the New York Yankees in the Fall Classic this year. Now here's Billy Pierce, who rolled out to the right side to Jim Gilliam in the 2nd inning. Roebuck comes to him, and the ball is hit out in front of the plate. Roebuck off the mound, up with it, hurries to throw to first in plenty of time, and that's it, as far as Pierce is concerned. He grounds out from pitcher to first base. 1 away in the last half of the 5th inning, and coming up now is Harvey Keene. Keene is starting the 3rd batting go-round for San Francisco. This veteran right-hand hitter flied to right field back in the 1st inning and struck out in the 2nd. One of the 2 strikeout victims of Roebuck. Steady Eddie on the mound is over his head now, twists and throws. There's that sidearm delivery, and it cracks in there for the strike. 0 balls and 1 strike. For Harvey Keene, the outfield is shaded slightly to right field. In the outfield to left center. He looks at another sweeper, and this one's low and outside, and that runs his count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Roebuck kicking dirt, pitcher's mound, getting smoothed out, fixed up to his liking. Keene patiently waiting for him at the plate. There is no more activity now in the Dodger bullpen. Larry Sherry has gone back to sit down. Now the 1-1 pitch from Roebuck. Sidearmer is taken just outside, about waist high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Most certainly has been an exciting race in the National League this year. Sidearm pitch. Keene pumps it back foul over the screen. His count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's been exciting in the National League all the way around this year. Watching 2 new entries come into the National League. Moving the schedule up to 162 games rather than the 154-game schedule we'd had previously. So this will be the first time in a 162-game schedule that a playoff has been called for, has been needed. The 2-2 pitch, sidearm way outside. He gets away from Roseboro, goes all the way back to the screen. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes on Harvey Keene. 1 out here in the last half of inning number 5. There are no base runners, and the Giants are leading it 3-0 on 5 base hits. We've had 2 home runs here this afternoon. Mays hit a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. Davenport a solo affair in the 2nd. The pitch is swung on, a slow bounder to 3rd, Carey up with it, makes his play to first base in time, and Keene is out. Nice play by Andy Carey. He had to come in and short off that ball. Chuck Tiller, left-hand hitting second baseman, coming up there now. One of the most unexpected things in the National League this year was the necessity of a playoff, but it has happened. Sidearm pitch to Hiller, swung on and hung out into center field. Galloping over to his right, Warden under is Willie Davis, makes a basket catch, and that retires the side here in the 5th inning. Nice catch by Davis in center. Nothing across in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the score at the end of 5 full innings of play remains the Giants 3 and the Los Angeles Dodgers have nothing. Out on the mound, Willie Pierce. Cranking up, getting ready for the top half of the 6th inning, and Willie Davis is being called up to the plate now by plate umpire Jocko Conlon.
Stan Landis was forced to fill in for Al Barlick, who wasn't able to make plane connections in time from the East Coast to get over here for the playoff. So Landis is at third base. We have Conlon behind the plate, Dusty Farkas at first, and Augie Donatoni, the senior umpires in the group, working this one today. Billy Pierce now comes to the plate. Pitch is swung on. There's a bounding ball to first. Cepeda's up with it on a nice backhand stab and races to first and wins it. No, Davis is out. We're going to have a batsman now up for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And let's see who's going to come up there doing the swinging. Ken McMillan, right-hand hitter, is coming up to bat for Roebuck. Standing in. Takes the pitch in there for the strike. Slams his next pitch, and there's a line shot past Davenport down into the left field corner. That's in there for a base hit. He starts to dig for second base as he makes a big wide turn at first and decides he better hold on. Harvey Keene had that ball in a big hurry. There is the second Dodger hit. Ken McMillan batting for Roebuck, singles to left field. Barry Wills comes up now. He's the leadoff man. Ken McMillan was with the Reno Ball Club last year. Oxnard, California boy. Pretty good sized fella. He's 6'3", weighs 190 pounds. I think we're going to have a runner for him also. Shortstop Trzeski, utility infielder, shortstop Trzeski is coming in to run. He's running for McMillan. Trzeski. At the plate now is Maury Wills, and the pitch to Maury is in there for the strike. Dick Trzeski from Island, Pennsylvania, has just taken over the position at first base, the runner at first base position. He's running for McMullen, who batted for Eddie Roebuck. Down the bullpen, we have Bob Boland getting ready for the Giants. The pitch is swung on. There's a little nut pop-up. Back by shortstop. Pagan reaches up and grabs it. Trzeski holds on at first base. Wills pops up and out for the second time to his opposing shortstop, Jose Pagan. There are two outs. There is a runner at first base, and the batter is Jim Gilliam. Still, of course, Jim is hitting right-handed. He's a switch hitter. Billy Pierce is ready to go to work here on Jim Gilliam. He's gotten Junior twice on a foul ball to the first baseman and a ground out to shortstop. He comes set, checks the runner Trzeski at first base, delivers. The pitch is a curve low, ball one. So we'll have Sherry coming on now in the Dodger cause. The last half of the sixth inning. Pitch is in tight up against Gilliam's chest, and it hits the handle of the bat and scoots away for a strike. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Jim. There are two outs here in the top half of the sixth inning. Trzeski running for McMillan, who batted for Roebuck, is on at first base. Bob Boland cranking up down in the bullpen for the Giants. Larry Sherry in the bullpen for the Dodgers. We know the Dodgers are going to have a new pitcher. Pierce is ready. Delivers. Pitch inside off the pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Jim Gilliam. If Gilliam gets on, Tommy Davis, the big slugger of the Los Angeles Dodgers, will be up there. Time is called. Here comes Alvin Dark out on the playing field. He wants to talk to Billy Pierce. And while he takes that time, let us pause right here for station identification.
To the Go Show. There's no show like the Go Show by Chevrolet for 63.
Among the stars of the Go Show, the 63 Chevrolet with the jet smooth look of luxury, plus important new easy care features. See your Chevrolet dealer now.
WGY Schenectady, Bank of Troy Savings Bank Troy, where your savings earn up to 4% annually. Deposits made by October 15th earn dividends from the 1st at Troy Savings Bank Troy.
He's delivered his words of wisdom to Billy Pierce. He's gone back to the Giant dugout. The MGR man is sit down now, and Jim Gilliam's up there pumping the wood. His count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Pierce checks his runner, Trzaskowski, at first base. And comes to the plate with a fastball, and it's just a little low. That'll be ball 3 to Gilliam. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jim looks down to third base to see what kind of sign Leo DeRocher might be relaying from manager Alston. Jim leaning over the plate, guarding it from behind. Now the 3-1 pitch to him. Pierce cuts it loose off curve outside. Ball 4. Well, Gilliam throws a stick away and becomes a base runner. That moves Trzaskowski down to second. And this is as far as anybody has gotten on the base paths for the Los Angeles Dodgers here this afternoon. So coming up to the plate now, Tommy Davis represents the tying run. The Giants are leading it 3-0 here in the top half of the 6th inning. There are 2 outs. There are runners on at first and second. Gilliam, having walked, picking up the first base on balls from Pierce, and that's only his 35th base on balls this year. Jim Gilliam is at first, and at second base is Trzaskowski, who is running for McMullen, who batted for Eddie Roebuck. Davis has popped to second base and has flied to left, so Tommy's 0 for 2 this afternoon. Both runners for Los Angeles playing it rather close to the vest. Trzaskowski taking a short lead, now lengthens it by a step or 2. The pitch to the plate is swung on, drilled into right center field. Over for it is Alou. He's under, takes the catch. So the Dodger threat goes by the boards here in the top half of the 6th inning. No runs. There was 1 base hit coupled with a walk. 2 men were left on, and there were no errors. Only 3 men have been stranded now by the Los Angeles Dodgers in going to bat 6 times, and they've gone 27 scoreless innings. They score at the end of 5.5 innings of play. Remains the Giants 3 and the Los Angeles Dodgers have nothing. The pitchers for tomorrow's ball game have been announced. That is, Alvin Dark has announced his pitcher, and manager Alston is still on the fence as far as his selection is concerned. Tomorrow it will be Jack Sanford going for the San Francisco Giants. And he will face either Stan Williams, Rickert, or perhaps Drysdale. It all depends on how this ball game comes out. But Alston may be coming back with Don Drysdale after a very short rest. Big Van Nuys right-hander has been the workhorse on the staff for the Los Angeles Dodgers this year. He's flashed quite a record for himself, and he's quite a dependable pitcher. Austin, of course, is depending right now on Larry Sherry as he sends him in. Larry Sherry, tall right-hander, has appeared in 57 ball games for his club this year. He's pitched 89 and 2/3 innings. His earned run average is 3.01. Larry Sherry. Larry has saved 10 ball games for the Dodgers this year. He's second only to Baranowski in that department. Baranowski having saved 19. Larry Sherry's record is 7 wins and 3 losses. 7 wins and 3 losses. This is Sherry doing the pitching. Comes in with a fastball and rips it in there to Philippe Alou. That's strike 1. Roseboro signs up for the pitch. Sherry cuts it loose. That's a let-up pitch, and that's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. As far as the record with the San Francisco Giants this year is concerned, Sherry has none. He's 0-0 with them. Pitch is swung on. There's a high popper and foul ground off the first base side. Lee Wall's chasing. Under it. Should have it. He has it.
Oh, there's the first out. Billy Ballou fouls out to first baseman Lee Wall. Now the batter coming up to the plate is Willie Mays. Willie Mays has been a rip snorter in this ball game. He's driven in 2 of the 3 runs the Giants now possess. He's had a home run and a single. Home run to right center field over the fence and a single to left. That was back in the 3rd inning. He did not get any farther than first base, however. The pitch to him is in there for the strike. Larry Sherry, the 3rd pitcher to be used here this afternoon by Walter Alston. Very close on that pitch to Willie Mays. He really had to jump away from that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Larry Sherry, Los Angeles boy all the way, born, raised there, still lives there. Mays after his next pitch and fouls it back into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strike count on old Say Hey. Willie started off today batting at .302 with 47 home runs. Hit his 48th in the first inning. 2-run affair. Giants popped out to a 2-0 lead and frosted the cake a little more with a run in the second. They're leading at 3-0. L.A. has picked up just 2 base hits. 2 singles off Billy Pierce. Pitch inside off the chin point, and Willie Mays' count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Manager Alston's observation last evening was a simple one. Pitch swung off by Mays. There's a high drive deep to right field. Way back in there it goes. The most phenomenal ball players of our time has just hit his 2nd home run here this afternoon. And here's Cepeda up there taking the pitch in there for a ball. Inside up against the body. Willie Mays, his 49th home run to put the Giants out in front 4-0. Pitch to Cepeda is low. That's ball 2. Willie Mays hit that one over the right field screen. A pretty good sized poke here at Candlestick. Ball had to go about 400 feet to get over that screen as far back as it went. Sidearm pitch to Cepeda is in there for the strike. The count is 2-1. Willie Mays has driven in 3 of the 4 runs here this afternoon. He's been on a rampage. The 2-1 delivery. Fastball flipped in there under the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. With 1 out, Mays connected for his 49th home run of the year. 47 of them hit in the regular 162-game schedule, 2 here in the playoff game. Pitch under the letters, good for a strike. Cepeda now has a 4 count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. 4-0 in favor of the Giants. Sherry works, the pitch is swung on. There's a high drive to deep left field. Has Davis room? He has not. There it goes. Cepeda cracks his 35th home run of the year. Drives it high over the left field fence. That is the 2nd hit and the 2nd run off Larry Sherry, and the Giants lead it 5-0. Here's Jim Davenport. Sherry tries the curve on him and gets it in there for the strike. That is Orlando Cepeda's first hit this afternoon. He now has 113 runs driven in for his ball club this year. Ron Peronowski, the left-hander, up in the bullpen now for the Dodgers as the pitch is made to the plate inside, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. So Austin has a left and right-hander up. Now the left-hander sits down, the right-hander continues. Pitch is swung on. Line shot, base hit. Left field. Davenport slams one to left on the line. That will be hit number 3, given up by Sherry. Hit number 8 for San Francisco as they continue to wade into the Los Angeles pitching. Got a right-hander up throwing now for Walter Alston Company. Let's see who that is down in the bullpen. That'll be Smith, Jack Smith. Jack Smith, the Atlanta boy. Chunky right-hander cranking up down in the bullpen for Walter Alston. Larry Sherry's been getting his bumps here in the 6th inning. He came on in the last half of the 6th inning in relief of Eddie Roebuck. Ed Bailey, the batter, 1 out, 1 on here. Davenport at first base. Sherry checks that runner, delivers the plate. Bailey, a left-hand hitter, takes it low, ball 1. Every one of the runs the Giants now possess have been the results of home runs. There have been 4 of them hit here. Soft curveball. Bailey takes it low. 2 balls, no strikes. Willie Mays hit a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. Here comes Leo DeRocher out to talk to Sherry. That may be all for him. Davenport followed in the 2nd with a solo affair. Then in the 6th inning, Willie Mays, with the bases empty, repeated to hit his 49th home run of the year. And Orlando Cepeda followed back-to-back with him, hitting his 35th. That accounted for all the runs for the San Francisco Giants, and Sherry is coming out of the ball game. That's going to be all for him. He's pitched 1/3 of an inning. And he goes. Coming on will be Jack Smith. Checking up on Smitty for you. He's a 6-foot, 185-pound right-hander. Came out of Pineville, Kentucky, makes his home now in Atlanta, Georgia. And he did his pitching last year for Atlanta, where he won 12 and lost 7. Well, let's see, if memory serves me rightly, Killebrew, that Minnesota had 48 home runs this year. In the regular season in the American League, Willie Mays has now hit 49. Pretty tough customer, this Mays, huh? Jack Smith is coming on. He'll be appearing in his 7th ball game for the LA Dodgers. He's pitched only 8 innings, however. He's given up 8 hits. 5 runs, and all 5 of them were earned. He has passed 4 men and has struck out 5. His earned run average is 5.63. He has no record. He's 0-0 with the league, and 0-0, of course, with the San Francisco Giants. Please remember, this ball game still belongs to starting pitcher Sandy Koufax, who was belted out in the 2nd inning. And while Smith warms up out there and gets ready to pitch to Ed Bailey, now a message from our sponsor.
Together with a glass of Schlitz.
8 innings, however. He's given up 8 hits, 5 runs, and all 5 of them were earned. He has passed 4 men and has struck out 5. His earned run average is 5.63. He has no record. He's 0-0 with the league, and 0-0, of course, with the San Francisco Giants. Please remember, this ball game still belongs to starting pitcher Sandy Koufax, who was belted out in the 2nd inning. And while Smith warms up out there and gets ready to pitch to Ed Bailey, now a message from our sponsor.
Let's get together with a glass of Schlitz. A friendly glass of Schlitz. Cheer us with a great light beer. Get that real gusto. Schlitz has got the creamy white collar to the very last drop. So let's get together with a glass of slick. We'll just go in a great light.
The beer that made Milwaukee famous simply because it tastes so good. The Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee, and other cities.
Up at the plate at Bailey. And Smith has taken over on the mound. He's ready to fire now on the 3-1 count. Delivers low, ball 4. Oh, Bailey is on, moving Davenport down to second base. Coming up to the plate now will be Jose Pagan. With one out, runners at first and second. Pagan hitting right-handed. Has sacrificed and has been called out on strike, so he's 0 for 1 here this afternoon. 2 big runs have come piling in here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Giants are leading in the ball game 5-0. Jack Smith, right-hander, comes set, delivers. Saw curveball, low and outside. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. The outfield slightly shaded to left, the hole in the outfield and right center for Pagan. This has been a tough ballpark for the Dodgers this year. Fastball to the plate is low. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. Of the 9 ball games that were played here in the regular season between these 2 clubs, the Los Angeles Dodgers were able to win only 3 of them, and they dropped 6 to San Francisco. It was just reversed down at Dodgertown. Jose Pagan getting his sign now. The old Carolina Comet. Whitey Lockman down behind third base. Runners at first and second. Smith delivers. The pitch is taken way inside. Take all the way. 3 balls, no strikes. Davenport, the runner at second base. Bailey is the runner at first. 1 out. Third base is open. Pagan, the number 8 hitter in the order, will be followed by pitcher Billy Pierce. 5-0 in favor of San Francisco. Smith delivers. In there for the strike. Pagan gave him a little fancy dance, pulling the bat down off the shoulder, trying to distract Andy's attention, but he wasn't successful. 3-1 count. So Smith now is just 1 pitch away from loading him up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Comes set now. Delivers on the 3-1 count. The pitch is in there for strike 2. The take all the way. Full count, 3-2. Now with 1 out, Davenport at second base and Bailey at first could be on the move. We'll keep an eye on them to see how they're going to operate against this barrel-chested right-hander. The outfield playing just about straight away for Pagan, and they're not playing too deep. Infield are normal positions, playing at double play depth. Smith taking plenty of time, gets his sign from Roseboro. There's the mid up as a target. Smitty comes set. Overhand fastball, swung on a miss, strike 3. The runner's break, the throw goes down to third, Carey's got the ball waiting for the runner moving down from third, that's Davenport. So actually, it's a double play. On this double play, Pagan strikes out, and the throw from the catcher Roseboro down to Andy Carey gets Davenport attempting to move into third base. So that's it here in the last half of the 6th inning. There was a man left on. There were 2 runs on 2 base hits, both home runs. Make that 3 base hits, 2 home runs and a single. So the score at the end of 6 full innings of play now. It's the Giants 5, and the Los Angeles Dodgers have nothing. Frank Howard, who has plenty of power, and he's demonstrated it on quite a few occasions this year. 31 of them, as a matter of fact, in the home run department. Is stepping up to the plate now. Here today, he has struck out and popped the shortstop. And the ball he hit the shortstop, had that cut up into singles, he'd have a million of them. It's a sky-high thing. He's 0 for 2. Pierce fires the fastball to him. Right in there for the strike. Howard waiting. Little Billy Pierce cranks up again. There's that slow curve. Oh, boy. Howard almost broke back on that one. He like you lose his uniform shirt and everything. He was really going for the fences. The boys in the trade say he was swinging for the down. No balls, 2 strikes on Frank Howard. There's the fastball outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Tried to get Howard to go for a bat. Well, the Giant fans here now sort of settled back into rather complacent mood. Their ball comes out in front 5-0. They're spinning the web out on the mound. Delivers the fastball. Howard strikes out. Strikeout number 4 for Billy Pierce. He's got Howard twice. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning, and about an hour's Lee Walls. Walls has popped to shortstop and has flied to right field. Right-hand hitter standing just off the plate. Pierce tries a curve on him this time, and it's outside. That's ball 1. Going to have some action down in the bullpen for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Walls waiting at the plate now for the next pitch to be cut loose. And it rides. Fastball swung on and slugged out in center field. Willie Mays off to his left. He should have it. He does. Down in the bullpen, left-hander young Pete Rickard is throwing for Los Angeles. He was mentioned as one of the possible starters in tomorrow's game down at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. However, 3 names were given us: Williams, Rickard, and Drysdale. After all, Manager Alston will be going all out to try to stem the tide here and get his ball club into the World Series. Roseborough up the plate, swings on the pitch, and hits a long fly ball deep to right field. Alou is drifting back under. Easily takes it into the out. 28 innings now for the L.A. Dodgers without picking up a run. They go quietly here in this one. Nothing across. And the score at the end of 6.5 innings of play now, it is the Giants 5. The Dodgers have nothing. And we'll move along here now into the last half of inning number 7. That means we'll be taking a look at Billy Pierce. He'll be the first man up. We expected to see Pierce in the last half of the 6th inning, but Pagan struck out into a double play. Willie Pierce gets a round of applause as he steps up to the plate. Billy has been up twice, hasn't hit a ball out of the infield. He's rolled to second and tapped back to the mound. He's 0 for 2. Smith pitches to him, and there's a bounding ball off to the left of the plate foul. Sandy Koufax began this ball game and lasted 1 inning and pitched to 2 men in the 2nd inning, Davenport and Bailey, and was derricked out of there for Roebuck, who went the next 4. The pitch at the plate runs the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. And Sherry came on and pitched 1/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 runs and 3 hits. The pitch is swung on by Pierce. He misses 4 strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Jack Smith was called upon in the 6th inning to put out the fire. He's out there pitching now. Right-hander throws a curveball to a left-hand hitter, and Pierce fouls it away. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. The defense on the inside for the Dodgers this afternoon has Walls at first base, Gilliam at second, Wills at shortstop, and Andy Carey at third. Smith's fastball is outside. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Billy Pierce. Out in left field, Tom Davis, Willie Davis in center, and in right field, Frank Howard. Smith works the plate with an overhand fastball, and Pierce strikes out. Well, for young Smith, that's his 2nd strikeout. Roebuck had a pair of strikeouts, so only 4 Giants have gone down for the strikeout route here this afternoon. Coming up to the plate now, the leadoff man, starting the 4th batting go-round for the Giants, Harvey Keene. He's gone hitless today in 3 times up. He's flied to right, he's struck out, and he has rolled out to the 3rd baseman. Smith delivers an overhand fastball, and that's inside, right off the chin point. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the last half of the 7th here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. Pitch shaded inside. 2 ball, no strike count. The NBC Sports microphones bringing you all of the action from a crowded ballpark here this afternoon. And we'll be doing the same tomorrow from Dodger Town in Los Angeles. 4 home runs slammed here by the Giant power. There's a fastball ripped across the carpet shortstop. Gilliam digs it out of the dirt, makes his play to first in plenty of time, and that's all for Harvey Keenan. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the batter coming up now is Chuck Hiller. Hiller today came up in the 1st inning and fouled out third baseman Carey. Then he has, since that time, has flied out twice to center field to Willie Davis. And the outfield playing him straight away and not too deep as a slight wind kicks up now, coming out of left field. Pitch is swung on. There's a line shot to center field for the base wrap. Davis up with it, drives it back into Gilliam, and with 2 outs, Hiller is single to center. That will be hit number 1 off Smith. Hit number 9 for San Francisco. Billy Ballou is the batsman. The right fielder has doubled and rolled to third and fouled out to first base and has scored 1 run. Swings on this pitch. The high popper into very short left field. Back goes Maury Wills, the shortstop. He's got it. So that's all there is to the last half of inning number 7. And in the 7th, no runs. There was 1 base hit. There was a man left on. That'll be the 4th left on for the Giants in going bat 7 times. And the score at the end of 7 innings of play. The Giants 5, and the Los Angeles Dodgers have nothing. The first man up here in the top half of the 8th inning will be Andy Carey. He represents the start of the last third of the batting order for Los Angeles. He owns 1 of the 2 base hits Billy Pierce has coughed up here this afternoon. I tell you, this guy from Detroit has been tough. Andy Carey hitting right-handed. Carey singled up the middle back in the 3rd inning, struck out his 2nd time up. That was in the 5th. Pierce takes a sign from Bailey, who has gone all the way behind the plate with him. Curveball, flipped in and over, strike 1. Ortega is throwing down in the bullpen again for Los Angeles, which leads us to believe that they'll hit for Smith here in the 7th inning, in the 8th inning. The pitch, outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Dodgers have gone 7 scoreless innings today, having been shut out so far on 2 hits by Billy Pierce, and 28 innings they have gone scoreless in play. The pitch is outside to Carey. His count now rides off to 2 balls and 1 strike. Jock O'Connell working the plate here this afternoon. There's the 2-1 pitch. But a fastball is swung on and popped up back to first base. Cepeda goes back on the grass in right field near the line and hauls it back. So Carey's out of there. Makes him 1 for 3 this afternoon, and we're moving along here in the top half of the 8th inning. Willie Davis is the batter. Davis hit the ball well in the 3rd inning, but hit a line shot to Harvey Keenan left field. Then in the 6th inning, he rolled out to first baseman Cepeda. So Davis is over 2. The Dodger bats have been strangely quiet for the past about a week or so. Curveball is at the knees for a strike. Pierce cranks up, serves the pitch, and it's swung on and lifted back over the screen into the crowd. For strike 2. It's hard to believe, actually, when you start to think about it, that as late as August the 9th, Los Angeles was 5.5 games out in front of the San Francisco Giants. And on September the 22nd, the Giants were 4 back and had 8 to play. Pitch. Oh, strike 3. Right down the pipe. Oh, Davis is out of there. Strikeout number 5 for Pierce. Of course, the Los Angeles Dodgers have dropped some very crucial ball games, namely to St. Louis, both at down at St. Louis and at Dodgertown. That's the way this great game of baseball goes. That's what makes it the great game it is. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow or the tomorrow after that. We're going to have a pinch hitter up there now, going for Smith. It's Doug Camilli, right-hand hitting catcher. Remember having seen his daddy play much fine ball at first base in the National League. Doug Camilli takes high. Pitch makes the count 2 balls, no strikes to young Doug. He's been sharing the catching duties with Roseboro. He's appeared in 42 ball games for the Dodgers this year, hitting at .271 right now. 4 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Takes a letter pitch on the outside. That's ball 3. Doug Camilli batting for Smith. Here's his pitch right across the middle. 3 balls, 1 strike. Down in the bullpen, Ortega has been throwing. If it's Zoll will be he coming on to pitch in the last half of the 8th inning. Pierce delivers. Camilli takes. That cuts him. That's in there for strike 2. Going to have some activity down the bullpen also for the Giants. Big Don Larson, right-hander, up starting to throw, along with Stu Miller. Pierce delivers 3-2. Camilli swings and butts it back foul almost under our NBC microphone. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Camilli climbs back in, waiting for the next 3-2 pitch. There's that 3-2 pitch fouled away. Right back off the mask of plate umpire Jocko Conant. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. The bases are empty. Young Doug Camilli, son of Dolph Camilli, up there batting for the L.A. Dodgers. Hitting for pitcher Jack Smith. Down comes the pitch, and young Doug's after it and wraps her foul down the third base side. New ball in play to Billy Pierce. Don Larson and Stu Miller continue to crank up down in the Giants bullpen just in case Billy Pierce should falter here in the late stages. Phil Ortega is just about through warming up down in the bullpen for L.A. Fastball, Camilli after it, hits a line shot up the alley in left center field. I think that's going to be in there. It's up against the fence as Willie Mays grabs it. There goes Camilli. It's a stand-up 2-bagger for young fella. Doug Camilli. It's a double to left center field. That will be hit number 3 of Pierce. Now the batter coming up will be Maury Wills. Camilli, the runner at second with 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. Wills is coming up for his 4th at-bat. Twice he has popped to shortstop. Once he has flagged to right. At game time, he was batting at .299. Maury Wills, a switch hitter, batting right-handed against this left-hander. Takes a cut at this pitch and grounds it to shortstop. Pagan digs it out, makes his play in time, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit. Camilli's venture double. He was the runner left on at second base. And the score at the end of 7 1/2 innings of play remains the Giants 5, the Dodgers nothing. And now, a message from our sponsor.
Let's get together with a glass of Schlitz, a friendly glass of Schlitz. Brewed with pride and just a kiss of the hop, to put real gusto into every drop. So let's get together with a glass the Schlitz, that great light beer from Schlitz. Get that real gusto-only Schlitz has got
From the creamy white collar
to the very last drop. So let's get together with a glass of Schlitz, a friendly glass of Schlitz, real gusto in a great light beer.
Schlitz, the beer that made Milwaukee famous simply because it tastes so good. The Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee and other cities.
As we move into the last half of the eighth inning here at Candlestick in San Francisco, we have a new pitcher for the LA Dodgers, a tall, skinny right-hander. Is coming out to take over. He's Phil Ortega from Mesa, Arizona, 6'2", and weighs about 165 or 70 pounds. Phil Ortega was with Spokane last year and also was with the Dodgers, and was climbed out some this year. Front back. He'll be appearing in his 24th ball game, and he's got a pretty tough customer to face here in the last half of the eighth inning. I'll give you just one guess as to who that fella is. Willie Mays. Ortega has not won a ball game this year for the Dodgers. He's lost two. He delivers to Willie Mays, and the curve is low inside for ball one. Ortega has no record of any kind with the San Francisco Giants. Big gangly fella delivers a soft curve low to Willie Mays. That's ball two. Ortega throws his elbows and arms and feet around, and suddenly out of that pretzel twist comes the ball to the plate. Now he starts his motion, comes down 2-0 with a fastball, and that's high inside. That's ball three. This is pitcher number 5 to be used by Walter Alston here this afternoon. Koufax started it, Roebuck, Sherry, Smith, and now Ortega. He gets a strike in this time as Willie had to take on. The count is 3-1. Following Mays will be Cepeda, and then we'll have Davenport. This has been the part of the batting order that has caused the damage on the Dodger pitching here this afternoon. Ortega works 3-1, and the pitch is high inside ball 4. Mays fires the hard hat away and moves off to first base. That's first base on balls given up by Ortega, and the second base on balls that Giants have picked up. Now here is Cepeda. Cepeda rolled out to first base to retire the side in the first inning. He forced Mays at second base to retire the side in the third. And then he came back and hit his 35th home run, a solo affair in the sixth inning. Ortega delivers. The pitch is swung on. There's a high drive into center field. Willie Davis ought to be able to get this. When he does, Willie Mays goes back to first base. So Cepeda is out. One away in the bottom of the eighth inning. Of course, the Giants are hoping that this will be the last time they'll have to come up. They're leading at 5-0 on 9 base hits, 4 of which have been home runs, 5 for extra base close, counting in the double hit by Philip Ballou in the first inning. Jim Davenport has had 2 hits and 3 times up. Had a solo home run in the second inning, his 14th of the year, and done a single in the sixth to left field. There's a throw to first. Mays back ahead of it. Ortega with 1 out, working to Davenport in the bottom of the eighth. The pitch as Mays breaks. There's a slide at second. He fields it. Willie Mays fields. Willie Mays leads the San Francisco Giants in the stealing department. That was his 19th. 19th steal. They have 76 of them. Count is 1 ball, no strikes on Davenport. Now Jim looks at this pitch, and that's a little outside. That's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Davenport waggled that wood back and forth. Willie Mays leads down at second base. Ortega delivers, soft curveball, and way out in front of it goes Davenport and misses it. That's strike 1. Ortega back to visit the Rosenbag. Ron Peronowski still cranking up down in the L.A. bullpen. He's about ready. Should manager Olson want to use him. Willie Mays at second base. Having walked Stillman second, his 19th steal of the year. Down comes the pitch. Davenport ignores it. The pitch is low. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. These San Francisco bats this afternoon have really been rattling that ball around the stadium. Pitch high inside, ball 4. Joe Ortega has that plate swinging on him as he walks 2 men here in the 8th inning. In between the 2 walks, he's got Cepeda to fly to center. Time is called, and Leo DeRosa's coming out. He's going to talk to Ortega. Might mean that we're going to have Peronowski. I believe Peronowski is going to be called into the bullpen right now. Yep. Donatelli makes a motion down to the bullpen, and Dusty Vargas, the umpire at first base, walks on out toward the bullpen and says to Peronowski, "Come on, you're in the ball game." He's appearing in his 68th ball game this year for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And while he makes that long walk around the bullpen back off the right field, a message from our sponsor.
Let's get together with a glass of Schlitz, a friendly glass of Schlitz, brewed with pride and just a kiss of the hops, to put real gusto into every drop. So let's get together with a glass of Schlitz, that tastes like beer from Schlitz. That real gusto only Schlitz has got,
From the creamy white collar
to the very last drop. So let's get together with a glass of Schlitz, a friendly glass of Schlitz. Real gusto in a great like beer.
Schlitz, the beer that made Milwaukee famous simply because it tastes so good. The Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee and other cities.
Ron Peronowski has just completed his warm-up pitches now. He's ready to go to Ed Bailey. He was called in to pitch to Bailey with 1 out and 2 men on. So the 2 men on, Mays at second, Davenport at first, are the responsibility of Phil Ortega, who has now left the ball game after having pitched 1/3 of an inning. Ron Peronowski with a record of 6-6 this year with the league and 1-1 with the San Francisco Giants. The left-hander comes set. Delivers to a left-handed batter and the pitch is low for ball 1. Peronowski appearing in his 68th ball game. He's pitched 105 in the 3rd innings. Has an earned run average of 2.82. Strikeout record of 67. He started no ball games. Pitch is low to Bailey. That's ball 2. So Peronowski has been used in relief. He's been the left-handed relief artist for Los Angeles, setting a record for left-handed relief pitchers for them. Ed Bailey waggles that bat back and forth. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Pitch to the plate, fastball in there for the strike. Bailey waiting patiently. Pumps the bat easy. Mays leads at second base now as Peronowski comes set. Serves up a big curveball that snaps off low and outside. The board here at Candlestick Park says ball 3, strike 1. Baranowski serves it up. There's the fastball low, ball 4. So the bases have been walked loaded by 2 pitchers that have appeared here in the last half of the 8th inning. This walk, of course, is Baranowski's. The 2 runners, Mays, who has just moved over to third on that walk, Davenport, who has moved to second, are the responsibility of the now departed Ortega. And Bailey, of course, is the responsibility of Baranowski. The number 8 hitter in the order, Jose Pagan, who has gone 0 for 2, is up there. He struck out in the 4th inning and struck out into a double play in the 6th inning and had a sacrifice in the 2nd. The bases are loaded. The pitch is swung on, drilled into center field, coming on fastball. Davidson can't get it. The ball's through him. Here comes 2 runs in to score, and winding up at second is Pagan, and the ball gets away from our Wills. He moves on into third as another run scored. That throw that came in from center field after it got past Davis, Howard went over and picked the ball up and wheeled it in, and Maury Wills went charging into second base, and I believe was hit in the head or the shoulder by the thrown ball. Right now, Maury Wills is getting up. The trainer is out to administer to him. Apparently he's all right. The ball bounced and apparently hit him in the head. But 3 runs have come piling in here to score, and it's now 8-0 in favor of the San Francisco Giants. Up at the plate here at Candlestick Park comes Billy Pierce. Pagan at third base. The pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Infield is pulled up, of course, with only 1 out here. Down comes the pitch to Pierce, and he bluffs the bunt, takes the pitch in there for the strike, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on him. Jose Pagan at third base. He's credited with a double, taking third on the throw that was fired in to shortstop. 3 runs have come piling across the plate, and it's 8-0 in favor of the San Francisco Giants. Pitch is hit down to shortstop. Wills up with it, drives the runner back to third, throws to first base in time, and Pierce is out. Harvey Keene coming up to the plate now, starting the 5th batting go around for the Giants. They have 8 runs on 10 hits. The Dodgers no runs on 3 hits. Neither side has committed an error. Baranowski delivers. The curveball is outside and high. Ball 1. 2 of the runs scoring here in the inning belong to Ortega. The other one belongs to Baranowski. Of course, the runner at third is his responsibility also. Curveball, good for the strike. Harvey Keene's count, 1 ball, 1 strike. These 2 ball clubs, for their year's work, leveled it off at 9 apiece. The 1-1 pitch is inside, across the knees. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike now to Harvey Keene. Pete Rickert continues to throw down in the bullpen for Los Angeles. Baranowski works. The pitch is swung on and hit out into right field. Frank Howard off to his right should have it. He does have it, and the inning is over. So that's all here in the 8th inning, but it was another big one for the San Francisco Ball Club. They picked up a total of 3 big runs in the inning. There was but 1 hit. There were 3 walks. There were no errors, and there was a man left off. So the score at the end of 8 full innings of play now, it is the Giants 8 and the Los Angeles Dodgers have nothing. Jim Gilliam up at the plate here in the top half of the ninth inning. Looks at the first pitch, and it's in there for the strike. Gilliam is 0 for 2 this afternoon and has walked one time. Takes it outside this time, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're keeping score with us, we'd like you to make a correction as we have on our score sheet. The official score has just informed us that an error is being charged to right fielder Howard. The pitch is over to Gilliam for strike 2. For his throw from the outfield in the bottom of the 8th inning, which allowed Pagan to go on into third base. So have 1 error charged against Howard and the Dodgers in this ball game. The pitch to the plate to Gilliam is low, and his count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jim Gilliam, leading things off here in the top half of the 9th inning. Pierce works the fastball, and Gilliam slams it down to shortstop. Pagan off to his left up with it nicely. Throws on the first baseman side. Well, Gilliam is out of there on a 6-3 count. So if you are keeping score with us this afternoon, in the last half of the 8th inning, make your totals read 3 runs on 1 base hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on. Top of the 9th inning, 1 out, nobody on, and here is Tommy Davis. He chops at this pitch and doesn't get it. Strike 1. This Pierce has been tough this afternoon. He's given up but 3 hits. Curveball levels the count off at a ball and a strike. There has been 1 extra base blow hit off Billy Pierce all afternoon. That was Doug Camilli's pinch hit double to left center when he hit for the pitcher in the 8th inning. Pierce wheels it in there, and the pitch is low. That's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 away, top of the 9th inning. 8 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for San Francisco. They have left 5. The Dodgers have stranded 4 so far. Overhand breaking stuff is high and outside. So the count is 3 balls and 1 strike now on Tommy Davis. Davis standing just off the plate. Pierce comes to him with the changeup, and it's slammed out into very shallow center field. Willie Mays coming on for it. He's under it now. He's got it. 2 outs. Top half of the 9th inning. Batter coming up now will be Howard. This is the fellow who was charged with the throwing error, allowing Pagan, after his double, to move into third base. Throw bounced up and hit Maury Wills in the head. But no damage was done. The young fellow was able to weather the storm. Here's the pitch to Howard. Fastball in there for the strike. Frank Howard has been up 3 times, struck out twice, and popped the shortstop. He was hitting at .301 at game time. Pierce delivers aim, soft curve inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Pierce is just 1 out away now from hanging up a shutout. And this first of the playoff games for the 1962 National League Championship. Pierce has pitched a fine ball game today. Delivers, Howard takes. In there for the strike. Pierce starts his bumping motion. Short left-hander pitches. Strike 3. Got him on a fastball. That's it. Billy Pierce is being mobbed by his teammates as he comes off the field. He hangs up 6 strikeouts here this afternoon. And here are your final totals for the San Francisco victory. 8 runs. on 10 hits. They committed no errors and stranded 5 here this afternoon. And for the LA Dodgers, who have now gone 30 innings without scoring, Los Angeles no runs, but 3 base hits, 2 singles and a double off Billy Pierce. They committed 1 error, charged to right fielder Frank Howard on a throw to the infield, and they had 4 men left on. The winning pitcher, of course, is Pierce, going all the way to pick up that shutout win. This was his 3rd start this year against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The losing pitcher is the starting pitcher, Sandy Koufax. Sandy had a 14-6 record when he started today's ball game, and he was 2-0 with the San Francisco Giants, 2 wins and no losses. But he was out of there quickly in the 2nd inning. He had given up, at that time, 3 runs on 4 hits, and manager Alston relieved him with steady Eddie Roebuck. Roebuck pitched the next 4. Sherry came on then in relief of Roebuck and pitched to 3rd. Jack Smith was the next pitcher on tap, and he went 1 2/3. Ortega came along then in the 8th inning and pitched only 1/3 of it. And Peronowski had to come in to relieve him and get the side out. So he pitched 2/3 of an inning. So 6 men were on the mound here this afternoon for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And when next they meet the San Francisco Giants, it will be tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock here on the coast at the Dodger Town in Los Angeles. And, of course, we'll be with you at 12:45 to bring you all of the pregame activities. The final score again here for San Francisco to take the first game, all the best out of 3 series, played of 3. It's San Francisco 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 5 left. Los Angeles no runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 4 left. The winning pitcher, Billy Pierce, all the way for the shutout. The losing pitcher, Sandy Koufax. Well, our express thanks this afternoon to our engineer, Don Hall from NBC, and our NBC producer, Mr. Hal Ashby. And this is Al Helper saying so long now from Candlestick Park in sunny San Francisco. We'll see you tomorrow from Los Angeles, Dodger Town. This is your World Series Playoff Network, NBC Radio.
810 on your dial, WGY Schenectady.
And now for your Chevrolet car and truck, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC truck dealer, here are Edgar Bergen and Mortimer Snerd.
Mortimer, what happened to you this morning? We were to go fishing.
Well, I stopped to watch the sun come up, and it took most of the day.
Why?
Well, I was looking in the wrong direction.
Do you like fly fishing?
No, fish fishing.
Do you know what to do when you get a bite?
Well, yeah, I'll scratch it.
Mortimer, why do you give stupid answers?
I don't know. I just seem to take the words right out of your mouth.
Never mind. It's too late to go now. I'm due at my GM dealer service department for my car's fall Guardian maintenance checkup.
Will you sure take good care of that car?
Well, the car represents a large investment. It pays to take care of it. And the trained technicians at my GM dealers are best qualified to service a GM car or truck. They have special knowledge, tools, and parts to do the best job at a fair price.
Well, you can't ask for more than that.
This is Raymond Burr speaking for the U.S. Public Health Service. I want to tell you something quite honestly. Living is a very important thing to me, and I have a hunch living is just as important to you and your family. With that in mind, I suggest, I urge you to install seat belts in your family car. Scientific research, both in the laboratory and on the highway, prove that in an automobile accident, the seat belt offers protection from death or injury. It's not a point of argument, it's a matter of fact. The seat belt is the most effective single item of safety equipment presently available. It will reduce the toll of traffic injury and death. Now, doesn't it make sense to install seat belts in your family car? Doesn't it make sense to use them? Don't waste any more time. Install seat belts in your family car today.
Time for Sunoco 3-Star Extra. Headline news around the world. Your Sunoco newspaper of the air.
Ray Henley with tonight's edition of 3-Star Extra, originating in Washington, Oxford, Mississippi. More troops land at Old Miss Town. Congress, praise and denunciation for President's handling of disorders. International, riots and deaths have round-the-world impact. Supreme Court, a new justice for the new session. Communism, J. Edgar Hoover writes a new important book. Those headlines, stories, and other news in a moment.
And now, Sunoco's reporters are ready with the news.
James Meredith has become the first Negro student to be enrolled in the University of Mississippi, and tonight the consequences of his enrollment are riot, bloodshed, and the use of huge United States Army forces to maintain law and order.